Hello and welcome, I'm Nito the GNTG and let's talk about Justice League. I have my trusty cards here and this is the first time I'm going to use this microphone. I used it in some dubs and some other stuff and it works pretty good. I hope I'm going to do as well in this video, so excuse me if the audio is a bit glitchy or it's weirded out or something like that. It's the first time I'm going to try it in a live video, so first time I spend money on audio equipment. I hope it's good. Now, I have my trusty cheat cards right here because I don't remember everything. Hope you don't see what I've written on them. I went and watched it last week and I have to say it was good. It was amazing, it was spectacular, it was good, it was really good. I enjoyed it thoroughly. I have to say a few stuff. Some are without spoilers, and I'm going to talk later on with spoilers, so when I read spoilers I'm going to tell you to skip it or something like that. Let's move on with the no spoilers. Let's see. First of all, I've noticed that the story was kinda rushed. Yeah, you see, we learned out that Warner Brothers put a limit of 2 hours in this movie, so when you have to present like 3 new characters, 4 things, like, I mean, we had Aquaman, we had Cyborg, we had Flash, 3 new characters, and they took their time building Cyborg the most. Some people say he was the least presented character in the movie. I think it was the other thing around. We saw his creation, we saw what he thinks about himself, how he feels, the way he is right now with all the machines and all that stuff embedded in him. I'm not going to say any other thing. If you watch Batman v Superman, pretty much you know his origin, but here you see the psychological effect it has on him, and I want to say really good. Let's see what else. There was some comedy in it. I did enjoy some jokes, others felt kinda flat, and most of those jokes were made from Flash, and I really don't mind that Flash is the newcomer. I have no idea how to fight and all that stuff, because he has his speed force, he can learn how to use it better and better. I hope we're going to see him using it better and better. If you remember from Batman v Superman, he already was able to go back in time in another dimension, another universe and all that stuff. So I hope we see soon. I hope we see him soon to reach that point. This movie felt kinda rushed, and we had a time to build Cyborg the most, Flash a little bit, Aquaman almost completely, and Batman, Wonder Woman and Superman. Yeah, I don't think this is a spoiler because everybody knew that Superman will come back. They didn't develop most of them. You see, they soon have made this movie 2 hours. They should have made it like 2.5, 2 and 40 minutes, 50 minutes, something like that, because yeah, I do know that most audiences get bored from bigger movies, but they didn't have time to show us everything. And after that we found out that most of this movie was made from Whedon and not from Snyder, and they cut a lot of things that Snyder wanted said. So I think that this affected the movie greatly, because you see, Snyder had a trilogy of sorts: Man of Steel, BVS, Batman v Superman, and now Justice League, and he wasn't able to show his end. And the music, I was really disappointed in the music. You see, we had this announcement: Elfman is going to write the music for Justice League. I'm not saying that Elfman is bad. Seriously, Elfman can write music, but you had the soundtracks from Zimmer and Junkie, and those soundtracks were spectacular. They were powerful. They were memorable. Certain scenes of the movie were built around the music. For example, my favorite music, of course, my favorite music score from Batman v Superman was Lex Luthor. Red Capes Are Coming. My god, this music is just powerful. it's intense, the soundtrack, the music in it is really on point, and I love that. But Elfman kinda just took all the soundtrack we knew and throw it away. They advertised that they're going to use the original themes from Tim Burton and the Christopher Reeve movies of Superman from the 70s, 80s, 90s and all the stuff. And we heard like 5 notes from Tim Burton, 6 notes from the original Superman theme. Like, it was next to nothing, and like a small part of the Superman theme from Man of Steel. Amazing soundtrack again. Just check it if you haven't checked. This is the one thing that the DC movies have, and it's amazing. The soundtrack is fucking spectacular. I 100% enjoy this soundtrack, and here it's kinda sad. The music was forgettable. Seriously, I can't remember anything. I can't remember a single score from the movie. There is a guy that took the ending for Justice League and threw the soundtrack away and put the theme of Man of Steel. You should find it out and watch it. It made the ending 100 times better, 1,000 times better. And I'm not going to say that Elfman was a bad choice, but I'm going to say that the fact that they abandoned all the music that we know and that we've listened and it's heartbreaking to our minds was abandoned. Moving on, let's talk a little bit about the villain, Steppenwolf. Yeah, I did like that most of the time they fought him, but some people say he had that one-track mind, he was a one-trick pony kind of a villain, and that's true. But let's see. Oh yes, the CGI Masters of Superman. Yeah, I heard that was really funny. Then they said they spent a lot of money removing the masks from Superman. If you don't know, they made the movie, they showed the movie, Superman Cavill, I don't remember his name, I hope that was correct, had to film Mission Impossible, and he had the mustache, and due to his contract he couldn't save it. So when the results happened, he came back, he was with his mustache, and they digitally removed it, and I didn't notice it when I saw it, but after remembering scenes and all that stuff, I didn't remember that his upper lip wouldn't move, or like he was really flat or really ambiguous and something like that. And yes, it was really funny. Okay, right now I'm going to talk about spoilers. So where the fuck did that go? Oh, move on to spoilers. From the beginning of the movie, we saw a Green Lantern and Shazam, a guy that had Shazam powers, that electricity guy. I loved it. I hope we're going to see a Green Lantern or Shazam thing quicker. Yeah, I know they're making a Shazam movie, but I want more, and I want it now. We saw in the beginning the Amazons protecting a mother box, and I have to say, we seriously need a movie with Amazon. It was so well orchestrated. I mean, the fight, how they tried to take the mother box away from Steppenwolf, all that stuff. It was 10 out of 10. Every time we see the Amazons, it's just amazing battles. The fight sequences are amazing, the choreography is amazing, everything is spectacular with the Amazon. We need a big movie, and we need it now. I really didn't like that Aquaman and Batman, mostly Batman, was more like, yeah, he was walking in public, yes, I'm Bruce Wayne, yes, I'm Batman, like, shouldn't he be more protective of his secret identity? I mean, is that kind of his shtick or something like that? Yeah, this was kind of bad. This was things that I didn't like. Another thing is, like what I mentioned before, Whedon changed a lot of things in this movie, and they kind of show, because with Snyder you watch the movie, you watch the scene, and you start thinking about what is his thought process and all that stuff, and this makes that scene more powerful because it has more layers. It's not like this is what you see, this is what you get, nothing more, nothing less. For example, you saw Superman coming back to life, and I have to say the moments with him when he woke up were really good. Yeah, the fact when Flash ran from behind Superman to try to stop him, and then Superman simply turned and watched him, and Flash was like, I'm not prepared for this kind of anarchy, I have no idea what to do right now. That was pretty funny. And yes, after that you had Superman grabbing Batman and told him that, tell me, do you bleed? And I was like, oh snap, oh my god, okay. That was brilliant, I have to say, but was he ready to kill him? Was why he fought them? Why? I mean, why he did all that? Why he was so mad? Yes, I think if you bring someone from the dead and tell them, okay, wake up, big guy, we need you to fight some dude. Stop resting, stop being dead, and I would be kind of mad as well. But he was really mad, and I have no idea why. I hope this is a thing that if we get a director's cut from Snyder, it's going to be better, or it's going to be explained, or we're going to see something that symbolizes why he was like that. I really enjoyed that they fought Steppenwolf, and they didn't had a big fight with his minions, the parademons. They fought him, they fought him, they fought him. Everyone was focused on him, and he was badass. And yes, I did love when Superman came. Then he said, okay guys, do you handle this? I have to go save people. And him and Flash went and saved a bunch of people with a family that I have no idea if that had some point or it was a setup for a joke or something like that, because we saw a family right there a lot of times, and I was wondering if they build up something, and in fact it was a big fat nothing. So yeah, that was kind of weird. Superman colors were brighter, I love that, and he said some one-liners. When he and Cyborg managed to take away the 3 mother boxes and all that stuff, they said a joke, they laughed, and I found that scene pretty relaxing, pretty good. That it was the letdown, it was the breathe out now. Yes, it was that kind of scene, and was always like Biggs, he was pouting and all that stuff. Here he was relaxed, here was like more smiling or a little bit quieter and all that stuff, and I enjoyed that. That was really good. So yes, I don't think I have anything else to say, just the fact that the 2 extra scenes, the one was Superman vs. Flash, just the intro, just the beginning of the run, and I love that they did that. And the other is that we're going to have the Legion of Doom, because Lex Luthor has escaped, of course, and Deathstroke and him now are building a villainous Justice League, aka the Legion of Doom. I wonder if they're going to do something with this, or it's like, okay, do you remember these extra scenes? Yep, forget. Again, I do hope that we're going to get a Snyder's director cut, and I hope they won't remove it or forget it or try to hide it under the rug and stuff like that. And I've heard that some guy, the guy who did that soundtrack change from the original theme of Elfman to the Zimmer score, that he's going to do the entire movie once it's released. He's going to take the soundtrack of Elfman and he's going to put the Zimmer score on it. I want to see that version, because as I mentioned, soundtrack plays a major role in a movie. If it's powerful enough, the feelings that it brings you, music can totally change the momentum and the feeling of a scene. And Elfman couldn't do that much. Yes, I hope that version is going to be a version that is going to be shared around, or he's going to release an audio file to be played along with the movie. I'm not talking here's the entire movie, downloaded, pirated and all that stuff, just here's the audio file, close the audio from the Blu-ray, the DVD, and play that, and you're going to get the better experience, the better soundtrack. Again, that was all. I hope you enjoyed it. Also, for people that say Cyborg's design was bad, guys, it's a character arc. He began like that. After that, at the end of the movie, you see him getting that upper part of his armor that is more suited from the comics and all that stuff. I hope you get another movie with them, like I'm hoping for Aquaman to be released. I hope Flashpoint is going to be made, and yes, I did enjoy the movie, but I think it could have been better. So, You want me to put a score? 7.5 out of 10. You want that? Yeah, I still think that Man of Steel and Batman vs Superman is better than Justice League. But Justice League is a part of this Snyder trilogy that unfortunately wasn't made due to the tragic circumstances with Snyder. If you don't remember, his daughter killed herself, unfortunately, and he messed his life up at that point, and he couldn't care about Justice League that enough. He had to care about his family, and that's a thing that everybody should do, and he did just that. I really enjoy seeing people that they say that they want the Snyder version, even though a lot of people were saying Snyder sucks, Snyder's a hack, and all that stuff. I'm really enjoying that people are asking for his version, and I hope Warner Brothers takes note of that and release a Snyder director's cut of Justice League. And I hope it's going to be made, and they're going to announce it soon. So, that was all. I hope you enjoyed it. Please tell me down in the comments if you have any questions for the movie, any questions for me or something like that. I'm going to make a follow-up if I do get questions. And as I mentioned, see ya on my next video. Bye!